Most weight loss programs focus on working out and burning calories, but what they ignore is working through emotional blocks and emotional baggage, which is really at the root of why you eat and why you cannot release this excess weight. So today I ask the question, what is weighing on you? And when we get to the bottom of this, that is where the magic happens and where your transformation really begins. So for those of you who don't know, my career as a health coach started at KU Med Center. And I was working in the energy balance lab. And this is a very evidence-based research lab that looked at calories in versus calories out. And while this does have a place, there was a big piece of the puzzle that was missing, and that was the emotional side of why we eat and why we carry extra weight. And this is very mysterious and it's energetic, and we can't really do research to prove it. But I have seen it time and time again with myself and with my clients. And once we do this work to uncover what it is that's subconsciously causing you to hold on to this extra weight, whether it's emotional blocks, whether it's just stress or trauma, once we discover this root cause and we tackle it and we do that work, then the weight disappears and our relationship with food normalizes. So when I was younger, well, most of my life, I had a really messed up relationship with food. I just felt out of control around food. I would binge and then I would restrict, and that cycle just repeated itself forever. It was incredibly frustrating, and I would have this internal dialogue that was just like, why are you eating? You don't need to eat right now. You're not hungry. Stop. This is too many calories. Tommy, please stop. Thank you. He loves to give himself a bath during my videos. So, anyways, I was saying that there was this void inside of me, and I was trying to fill this void with food. I didn't know why this void was there, where it was coming from. I always knew that there was something below the surface that I wasn't quite either ready to tackle, or I just didn't know how to get to that root cause. So I would be eating, and when there's no signal to start eating, there is no signal to stop. So this is why you feel out of control. You're diving into that ice cream or those bag of chips and not even tasting it. It's just like hand to mouth, and it's there and then it's gone, and then you hate yourself, right? So I think a lot of people understand this cycle and probably feel that same feeling I felt. Like, what is this void? Like, what is my body trying to tell me? And this is a question that we really need to be asking. And so this is that emotional side of why we carry excess weight. And maybe you don't have this relationship with food. Maybe you eat like a pretty normal amount and a pretty balanced diet, and you work out quite often, but this weight, it still doesn't budge. And this is definitely something on an emotional level that needs to be addressed. And so this is why most weight loss programs, you'll see maybe some weight loss occur initially, but then it comes right back because you haven't healed your relationship with food. You haven't really fully understood why you eat. And it seems like a simple question. Seems like you'd have a simple answer to the question of why do I eat? But it is way more complicated than that. We eat to cope with stress. We eat for reasons we don't always understand. And so stress, cortisol, the stress hormone, that really shows up as excess weight around the midsection. And today we are chronically stressed because we are stuck in this productivity trap where we believe that we were put on this earth to work, pay bills, and die. And that is our purpose here. And if we're not working, then that means that we're lazy and we're not a productive member of society. And we might as well just, go crawl into a hole and disappear forever. But life is about so much more than just working. And I think we all know this deep down, but as adults, we just take life a little too seriously. So for my clients, many of them, I actually prescribe play. I prescribe pleasure. I prescribe creative dates. And you know, it is crazy that I ask the question of like, what do you do for fun? What do you do out of pure enjoyment? So many of them just look at me with a blank look like, I have no idea. Like, I don't even know what that is. I've actually had clients cry when they actually realize like, oh my God, I don't do anything just for fun. And that is our reality today. And so when we aren't balancing work and the stressors of everyday life with fun and play and rest and important boundaries, then we're gonna end up pumping out way too much cortisol. That's gonna reside, you know, it's gonna show up on our body. And it's gonna take us down a road that we don't wanna go. And so oxytocin, that is the cuddle hormone. So we release oxytocin when we have sex and when we're close to our partner and we're intimate and we're playing and we're having fun and we're like just enjoying life. And oxytocin flushes cortisol from our system, eliminates cortisol, and helps us to release excess weight as well. And so I don't know if you've ever been in a weight loss program that has prescribed play, but this is a very important piece of the puzzle and one that I love working on with my clients, and they see great results as a result. And so I really encourage you to take a hard look at that void that you're trying to fill, maybe with food or other substances, and ask, what does it need? What is it trying to tell you? Our bodies are so intelligent, and unfortunately, they can't just be like, hey bitch, I'm tired, or, you know, remember that weird thing from high school that happened? Yeah, it's still here. We still haven't worked through that. So ask your body, what does it need? And stop sweeping things under the rug, like in your relationship or at work. I really believe that anxiety is the result of unexpressed feelings, right? That is a threat to our body when there is this inconsistency between how we feel and how we act. If we feel threatened at work because we don't feel respected or valued or heard, and we don't address that, but we just keep going in every day, have this fake smile on our face, pretending like everything's cool when it's not, that is gonna manifest. Our body is going to let us know like, that is not okay. Don't do that. Don't do that. And so it's going to manifest as anxiety, and it's going to interrupt your life when you least expect it, unless you take back your power and you speak your truth and you are just more authentic. And this really means that we have to look below the surface because the issues are in our tissues, as Wim Hof says. So what are you sweeping under the rug? Ask yourself that question first, and ask yourself what you need to help get through this, resolve this. And if you feel like you need a health coach like me, then you can go to the link in my bio. Let's start the conversation. I offer a free health coaching call to all new clients or just anyone who wants to have a better understanding of what this process can look like. Working through these traumas, working through these emotional blocks, you know, resolving your relationship with food and restoring your natural hunger signals. Because like today at breakfast, I made, you know, I had 2 pieces of my turkey bacon, some shredded sweet potato, a couple of eggs, some avocado. It was amazing. It was a wonderfully balanced meal. And halfway through, my brain was just like, that's good. That's good. And then I just put my fork down and I put the plate on the counter, went to the gym, came back. I ate the rest before, you know, getting into work. That was my lunch. And my brain was just, it was clear as day that those words in my mind saying like, that's enough. We don't need any more. And I just said, well, okay then. I guess I'll put my fork down and I'll go get to work. And that is what is possible when you resolve these underlying emotional blocks and voids and traumas and things that are interfering with these natural signals and messages that our bodies give us. So I hope this video is helpful for you guys. Don't forget, like, that emotional piece of the puzzle is really key. That is where the magic happens. So thank you guys so much for listening. Enjoy this beautiful sunshine today, please, and take care of yourselves.